A deadlock between the army and Omar Abdullah over the question of revoking the Armed Forces Special Powers Act from certain areas in Kashmir shows no sign of a quick solution. Nitin Gokhale explains why.
By firmly backing the army's stand, Defence Minister A.K. Antony may have further delayed Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah's wish to revoke the Armed Forces Special Powers Act or AFSPA from select areas in Jammu and Kashmir.
And after discussions last year, CCS took a decision to leave it to the Unified Command in Kashmir to take a decision on this question of partial withdrawal from certain areas. So it is for the, as far as we are concerned, we have left it to the Unified Command in Kashmir.
On Thursday, Omar had asserted that he was fully authorized to lift the act from the areas he wished.
I have the authority. And I'm not saying I mean, the elected state government of any state has the authority. In this case, the authority rests with the governor, who would act on the basis of a recommendation from the state government. That was further cemented by what the Cabinet Committee on Security has said, and also what the Union Home Minister has said, even in recent media interviews. So I don't think it is anybody's case, least of all the army's, that the state government does not have the authority.
Army sources, however, pointed out that the Unified Command is basically a consultative body where all security matters are discussed, but without consensus or at least a general agreement between all stakeholders, no decision can be implemented. A stand that has been endorsed by A.K. Antony on Friday. The Army's objections to the proposed revocation stems purely from a long-term perspective, although everyone agrees that 2011 has been an exceptionally peaceful summer.
Pakistan continues to have its terrorist infrastructure, which is intact. Pakistan also has the notion of calibrating terrorism within the state. Therefore, we feel that unless we are able to neutralize that infrastructure and unless we are able to remove interference from Pakistan, it may not be a correct time for us to think of revoking it even partially.
For the man on the street, however, the act holds little meaning.
We personally don't have any problem as well, but yeah, we cannot, there is, mixed thing is there. It's not totally normal, it's not like the
earlier times.
Yeah.
आर्मी की वजह से ही यहाँ सब कुछ ठीक ठाक चल रहा है
जी
आर्मी के इंफ्लुएंस जो है यहाँ उससे हम लोग बचे हुए हैं
अच्छा
वो हमारे को मतलब उतना पता भी नहीं लेकिन क्या हर एक चीज़ की ज़रूरत होती है तो जो यहाँ पर मतलब ये कर रहा है ये मतलब हर एक चीज़ की ज़रूरत है यहाँ पर अभी हम बताएं कि नहीं इस चीज़ की ज़रूरत नहीं है मतलब इस चीज़ की ज़रूरत है यहाँ पर तो तभी ये हमारी हिफाजत के लिए हम मतलब
The army also says people in rural areas do not bother much about the politics of the act. All that they want is peace.
For people, as a matter of fact, if you go into the rural areas, possibly people don't even know what is in the Armed Forces Special Powers Act. So it is, I think, a few vested parties who are just wanting an issue, and possibly this is a very issue, maybe an emotive issue which they have made amongst themselves.
With opinions totally polarized on the issue of Armed Forces Special Powers Act, there is no easy way out. But then, Kashmir is too complex an issue to be resolved overnight, even at a time when peace has arrived tentatively in the valley, after a long and hard-fought battle lasting over 2 decades. In Srinagar and Anantnag, with Arif, Nitin Gokhale for NDTV.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.